understand voluntary poverty, or you don't understand my videos, that's okay. You probably never will. My channel has taken on such a dramatic course through these last 2 months especially. I want to share with you a little bit of my heart, my thoughts, and just a little bit of what's going on in my life today. There has been a lot of new eyes on my channel and on my life, and I want to thank all of you for stopping in and enjoying and learning about my life and about my channel. There has only been a handful of comments of people who just simply don't understand. And the majority of people do. And the fact that Google search and YouTube algorithms understand what I'm talking about is absolutely amazing to me, because I went on this journey for me. I didn't go on this journey for YouTube content. I didn't go on this journey for anybody else but me. Going through all of the clutter and all the things in my life has really taken on a totally different feel for me, and I'm so inspired. But I need to go back a little over a year ago. I went into the emergency room again for heart palpitations, and I had a lot of anxiety. And that was a moment in my life that I realized that stress was killing me. What was the stress? It was just stress of everything. My personality and the way I operate my life is I can't take a lot of chaos. I can't take a lot of stuff. But for all the years on YouTube, let's just say the 9 years on YouTube, my parents both died, and I was going through a lot of trauma, a lot of things that really were affecting me, and I was just hoarding up food, especially. Now, I love prepping, and I believe fully in prepping, but there comes to be a point in everyone's life where they got to know when their limit has been set. And so I felt the leading to really go deeper into what can I do to give my life peace and get me set back on course. I started putting these videos out starting on December 31st. I threw it out there for the world to see, and I did not ever in my wildest dreams think that I would reach so many people like me. And with all those eyes that started coming onto my channel, I had very few people that were snarky, mean, or rude. In fact, I think there was only like 3 people. And it's been an amazing adventure for me. I think for me, I become very immune to life's inflation. I don't worry about what this is going to cost or that is going to cost, because I don't really have that in my life. Now, there are new people on my channel, and I will say this again, and it's very hard to put out videos every day and you get new people and not repeat yourself sometimes. But we don't have any health insurance. We have house insurance, we have car insurance, we're out of debt, but we have no medical insurance, nor do we have dental insurance, and we never did. So I want to make that very clear, because people often say, well, that's clickbait, $800 a month. It's not, because we live extremely unconventional. We don't live in the normal society setting. We don't have any debt. We live in a very frugal mobile home, a very old one. And when I say the word old, it's not a degrading word. It's a word to describe the mobile home that we're living in. It's a 1963. And so I didn't worry about sales anymore. And the biggest thing for me was the food sales. I would see something, a sale on it, but you must understand, I didn't buy 1 or 2. I bought cases of it. And slowly I turned around and it all hit me at once. And it was just too much for me, emotionally, physically, mentally. It was just too much for me. All of a sudden, I looked at all of the things that I was keeping from my childhood, things that my mother had that I just kept everything. And then I started filling up my house. Then I started filling up these sheds that we have. Then I started filling up the garage that we had. And it got so overwhelming to me. And working through this is not easy. The decluttering is not easy. The not spending money on food for me is not easy. But in doing so, I turned the camera on, and you guys have helped me through it. I don't see myself as poor. I see myself very rich. But in order to get my story across to new people, to people who are searching and striving for the lifestyle that I'm living, I use these terms. Now, that being said, I explain very well to people exactly what do I mean. And so my titles will say voluntary. I'm volunteering poverty. But let me share something with all of you. Now, those of you who have followed me since day one will know of this. But there's so many eyes on my channel that don't know. When I started my YouTube channel back in December of 2016, I did it because I wanted friends. I got married at age 17. I had children by the age of 19. I lived a very sheltered, Mennonite, strict environment. With that being said, that means I didn't run around or have friends. And so my son set up my YouTube channel, and my life immediately changed. But my husband was working 12 hours, 15 hours a day, and he had his own business. Somewhere, you guys got to go back and look, somewhere about 3 years into my YouTube channel, I think it was 3, all of a sudden my YouTube channel took on a whole new meaning for me. So my husband worked outside, and he had an accident where he fell off and he hit the concrete, and he had a concussion, and he went to sleep, and things were never the same after that. And so all of a sudden my YouTube channel no longer was just me, a bored homemaker, but it became my life. It became my diary, and I shared with the world everything about my life. Back that time, shortly after that, maybe months, a woman who had a large channel, and her name was Prepper Princess, saw my video where I talked about my husband. And then she, in her heart, decided to give me a shout out. That day changed my life forever. People started watching my videos, and then my life just continued. And through all of that, I was able to do some things to my home. I lived in a very bad situation with my home. We didn't have running water that worked. We didn't have plumbing that worked. We had a roof that leaked. We had a lot of things. I know a little bit about the poverty and what it means to not know where you're going to do the next day. And so I understood all that. For me, I could have got a job, but I didn't want to. Not because I was lazy. It wasn't my upbringing. It wasn't how I was raised. And it just was something that emotionally would have been very difficult for me. So I decided to put my heart, my soul, my life into sharing with all of you things about my life and how I am striving to be the best that I can be. And then I just upped it a notch. Not because I want to become rich or to have riches, but I need to survive. I'm a homemaker who doesn't have her high school diploma. I have never worked outside of my home my whole entire life, and now I'm 56 years old. And I want to save for retirement. But for me, it's easier to save than to earn it. Behind of being resilient, being grateful, and learning to live a life on very little. I want my story to become my testimony, and I believe it has through the eyes of YouTube. If you go back to the very beginning of my videos, you can easily see them. You can see the transformation and the change that has happened in our lives. I want the world to see that wealth doesn't always bring joy, satisfaction, and happiness. I am not anti-wealth, not at all. But I was born this way in my mindset. I've always been this way. And for me, I want to share a different kind of wealth. I want to leave a blueprint of my life. I want somebody to turn on to my channel and look at me, and they can look at their own home. And they can say, you know what? I may be forced to live this way, or I maybe want to be like Tessie and choose to live this way. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference how you become here. The difference is what you do with your life, and what you do with your inspiration, and what you do with gratitude. I am not rich by any sort. I'm not middle income by any sort. But what I am doing is trying to make a way where there seems to be no way. Make a way now when I'm 56, instead of waiting till I'm 76 and turning my head and saying, why didn't I do this? When I started my videos back in December 31st, I was set on a path. And I told you all, I said, when I get my mind into something and I have the strength to do it, there's no turning back and there's no stopping me. And why do I show you videos of decluttering little areas of my home? The jars. Why do I show all of these things? Because to me, it doesn't happen overnight. You cannot be 100 pounds overweight and think in a matter of 2 weeks, you're not going to be anymore. You cannot be in this lifestyle that I had where I just had so much stuff and immediately like that. My videos are my diary of my life, and every single day since December 31st, how I am going about making a difference in my life. And people took notice and watched. And I think about it a lot and think about it, well, what if I would have done this a year ago? Or what if I would have done this 2 years ago? You know, but you can't think that way. You have to just take the moment. I celebrate small wins on my channel, like cleaning out the jars of food. The small wins of only having these little shelves in here. And to the new viewers, they probably just absolutely don't understand. But at one point, this room was so full of food, I could barely even sit down. And I think that it is a remarkable journey, and it's a remarkable thing that we're all doing here. To those of you who have watched my channel for years, this part I want to share with all of you because I want to say thank you. I understand that some of my videos may be a little repetitious. I've only had one person complain about that. But you understand that there are new people coming on my channel every day, and there are new people that are trying to understand and they want to gain knowledge. They come to my channel because they want to do this. They want to see how this is done. And I want to thank you for reaching out to them. I've seen it. I've seen you give them comments and welcoming them to my channel, because that shows structure. That shows you have faith in me, trust in me. And when new people come in, that makes them feel comfortable and like, okay, well, they got these people that are enjoying her channel. That means she must be someone trustworthy. I've always been honest. In fact, I've had large YouTube channels that say, oh, Tessie, you're too honest. You cannot be so honest. And so if I make mistakes, you're along the ride with me. But I'm doing really well. I have a goal and a strength, and I just feel so much better. And I know there's a lot of you who watch me who are older. When I say older, you may be 70 and older. But yet you're taking small strides, and all of a sudden you see a big difference. You know, when you're 100 pounds overweight, I use that theory because at one time I was 100 pounds overweight. When you're 100 pounds overweight and you lose 2 pounds, it's exciting, but it's kind of not a big milestone. But all of a sudden, after 6 months of it, and you see you lost 20 pounds, it's like, yeah, that's the weight coming off my shoulders. And I think that choosing to live in the poverty mindset, it's different. There's a poverty mindset that says that, oh, well, we's me. I'm poor. I can't help it. This is a poverty mindset that's not the same. This is a radical change in philosophy and theory. And maybe that's why people are watching. Maybe I'm out there doing something that is so off the wall that people don't understand it and they start to grasp the concept. But there are books written on it. And a lot of the books that are written on it are from in the monastery. There's some monks. There's some, people that from different cultures that talk about it. But it's not a poverty mindset where you are saying to yourself, oh, woe is me. My videos are not, oh, woe is me. My videos are, I'm getting my boots on. I'm getting my hat on. I'm getting my gloves on. I'm going out there and I'm working and I'm going to turn this around for me, for my mentality. I'm not telling you if you have clutter or anything. I'm just saying for me, this is the life that I have to live for me. And so I think that by talking to all of you and then doing, showing you, that way there are some people that learn by listening and there are some people that learn by seeing. And that way you guys can pick out which videos that will help you the most. I'm just sitting here and I'm sharing with you my life. And I'm on the verge of tears because I finally get it. I do, I finally get it. And reaching out to people is so important, and having people understand is so important. But the most important thing is to do what feels right for you. And I'm doing what feels right for me. I just happen to share it with all of you. And I hear stories day after day of people that are doing what I'm doing. And I didn't get any inspiration from videos. I got them from books. Most of my inspiration are coming from books that I'm reading. And that is the biggest inspiration that I really am getting, because the world culture out there is a spend all. You'll see people decluttering. You see people doing all of these things, but then they're buying things. Now, every once in a while, I may have something on my channel. If a company reaches out and it's something I absolutely 100% need, I will share that. But I'm not going to spend $100 at Walmart to do a video to show you decluttering. This is all hands-on work. I just want to say thank you. You have touched me in so many ways. You have given me hope when I felt like I was so alone. You have been there through the ups and the downs. You have been there through the drama. You've been there through the life situations that I have been in. And you gave me friendship and encouragement. And I want to thank you guys. All of you, I want to thank you guys. And for the few of you who don't understand, I'm sorry to say you never will. There are two schools of thought. The two schools of thought are work outside of the home, earn the money, and then be able to do things that you want to do, go on vacations, do things like that, which is wonderful. Some of my closest friends do that. But then you have the other school of thought where you're like me and you'd rather be home, not work, and learn to survive and thrive, because I'm thriving. Absolutely. My blood pressure is amazing. My sugar levels are amazing. And yeah, it maybe have something to do with food and losing weight, but let me tell you what, it is a lot to do with stress. Stress will affect you in ways that you will never understand. And so, if you don't understand the videos, that's okay. I'm not here for everyone. But for those of you who are coming in, driving in, and saying, I get it, Tessie, thank you guys so much. And I can't wait to share with you again tomorrow, because we're not done yet. We got a lot of things coming your way. When you think I've just about done it all, You'll be shocked because I'm going to be doing more. I have it all written out. I do take notes now. My notes are not dictations. My notes are not scripted. My notes are hours of studying at night, how I'm learning to do these things. And so I can articulate a little better to all of you, because I want to be clear in my motives, and I want to be clear in my direction, and I want to be as clear as I possibly can in what I want to share with all of you. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.
Sorry for my going away, and of all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls into my lot that I should rise and you should not, oh, gently rise and softly call. Good night, and God be with you all. So